Hello and welcome to Nitro Talk. If you are into nitro engines, vehicles, anything at all to do with the nitro side of the RC hobby, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Today we're going to do a video. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. You know what to do. Today we're going to be doing a video on what I feel is another of the classic RC techniques. All right, this is as classic as what I ain't gonna be able to think of nothing else. This is as classic as fuel tubing head protectors. Okay, this is as classic as that. What we're doing today is repairing RC car bodies with drywall tape and chew goo. All right. Let's go ahead and let's start. I got a couple different repairs I have to do here. The first step is to wash your body very well. You want it to be clean. You don't want to be trying to glue on dust and dirt. It's not going to work very well. The repair we're going to be doing on this one is this nice long crack right there, and that is a very common spot for a crack right there at your exhaust. That's a pretty big and mangled exhaust tip cut out there, which, if that comes from running different pipes are shorter and longer, so you can't really, pretty much all of these have been opened up. They come kind of narrow because they cut it out for just the original pipe. But once you change pipes, you kind of got to open up that a little bit. So yeah, like I was saying, that's always a spot where you get a crack, right, coming up from your exhaust stinger cut out on the body. So how are we going to do this? Basically, how this works is the drywall tape is for reinforcement, for fortification, okay, to make sure that your repair is nice and strong, all right? So you'll start, go ahead and get your drywall tape started. I'll go ahead, get you a nice pair of scissors for this. And me, there's a pair of scissors in my family. My mom has them now, and I hope someday, hopefully not any day soon, hopefully a day very, very far in the future, I hope to maybe inherit those scissors from her. But these are my heirloom scissors that I'll be passing down into further generations. And these are some Clauses, very nice vintage scissors. Listen to that's a good pair of scissors. All right, I'm going to cut me a piece of our drywall tape here. Now I'm going to be my cut is like that. Are we in frame here? So my break is like that. So I don't need to come out very far this way with it. So I'm going to cut this about like that, right? Maybe not even quite that wide. All right, so nice coverage there. Going to come all the way down, and I need it maybe about yay long. All right, so now that I got my piece of drywall tape, I'm going to go ahead and attach it. Press it on, nice. Now what I usually do is I do this on the inside and outside, right? I'll do one at a time. I'll start with the outside and then go inside, or vice versa. And thought that one might not be any good. All right, I know this is good though. This is nice fresh. Make sure you got some nice fresh shoe goo. This stuff will dry out. And how I apply this, it probably isn't the best way, but I'll just get me a nice dab like that. And I'll just kind of smear it right over, covering up all of that drywall tape. And this stuff kind of will smooth itself out. I like to put it on kind of gloppy and just make sure my edge is smooth. So that's about how I'll do it right there. And let me put the lid on this real quick. Let me get you a little close up here. And you see that it's like kind of lumpy, right? But as that dries and settles, it'll kind of smooth out. All right, so I'll usually do this. I'll do more than one body at a time. I want to leave this stuff to set up a little bit, so I'll do that, and I'll just kind of set that back there to kind of cure, and then I'll move on to my next one. This is going to be, now this is a pretty flat surface, right? A little bit of, oh, you know what? I think okay. That's not how I normally do it. I just kind of realized sometimes, usually I'll put the drywall tape just on the inside, right, to reinforce, and then the outside I'll do the shoe goo, but I'll not do the drywall tape because it doesn't look as good. But we're going to do drywall tape inner and outer, and it's going to be a lot stronger. But if you don't want to see the drywall tape, right, if you don't want to have to look at it, just do the drywall tape on the inside and just put shoe goo on the outside. But I did double this one up, right? You see I got drywall tape inner and outer on that one there. But this body here, we've got this going on back there, which is not good at all. So for stuff like this, where I kind of got to keep it held together, I'll usually put a piece of tape on one side to hold it together while I do the repair on the other side. So I'm going to take a little piece of duct tape, and I'm just going to put this, make sure this goes together nicely. All right, so we got that kind of held together. Are we seeing that? Held together on the inside with a piece of tape. So now I'll go ahead and start the repair on the outside. Cut me a piece of drywall tape, and this is, you know, again, it's not a flat surface, so I'm going to start with a piece like right there, kind of that little flat area right there. I'll put a piece right there. All right, see that? And I will go ahead and glue that over. good shoe goo coverage all over that piece of drywall tape. Now I'll do another little piece on this other little side. And kind of like a little squarish. Dang it. A little bit shorter. All right, I'll take that and put that one right in there. See how I got that now? One up there, one down there. And I will glue that one. Alrighty. And once it's dry, you can trim. You can trim that right now. All right. Put the lid back on my goo, the shoe goo. All right. So you can kind of see how I got that. I got the two pieces of drywall tape on there, and I got them. It's kind of like you're doing fiberglass with the reinforcement and then the epoxy, if anyone's ever done fiberglass stuff. So that right there, we're going to let that dry. Now, set that over there, and you can, this isn't dry, but it's, you know, dry to the touch. You can touch it and it won't stick to your hand there. So I'm going to go ahead. There we go. That one. Make sure that is even. There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the inside of this crack. And this one will essentially be done. It'll just need to cure, dry, before it'll be ready. But, all right, so cut me a piece and put it right over my crack. And smear it with the goo. That's how we do. And again, once this is all dry, we can trim that edge. But, and this is, you know, I'm sure you could do this prettier if you wanted to, but prettiness isn't really what I'm going for. It's strength and hold of the repair. All right, so that one we got drywall tape and goo outside, drywall tape and goo inside. Once that dries, cures, that right there will be a nice solid non-broken piece there. So let me set that aside. Now this one, to remove that tape, to get at the back side, I'm going to have to let this dry a little more than that one, because I don't want this to come apart. I kind of want this to dry pretty well so that can be held properly in place before I take that tape off the back. So we're gonna leave that one be for a bit. What do we have here? This one, you know, I was kind of wondering if, well, okay, yeah, this definitely needs a reinforcement. All right, so what we've got going on here is, you know, again, different engines. And this body, yes, this body, I thought this thing was clean, but apparently this one has been ran. So I'm working up here. I'm gonna give it a good cleaning up here so to make sure there's no dust in this area where we're working. All right, so on this, you know, lots of different engines. So I've opened up and changed this hole here to get at the high-speed needle. And that has weakened this area. I got a break in the back. I mean, just a little tiny tab is all that was. But as you can see here, we're pretty much all broken through right there. It's still holding together at the front, but that is about to give way. So I definitely, you know, this little piece here sticking up, I don't really think we need that. Get that out of there. All right. So I'm going to definitely repair this front section, and just for shits and giggles, I'm going to go ahead and repair that as well. So let me go ahead and do, let me go ahead and do that one first, the big one, the larger section that we're repairing. Get me a nice strip of that. I wonder if I can, it won't really fold around very well. Yeah, that side did pretty good. Oh, that didn't do bad at all. Will that stick back there? Oh, yeah. I like that. Wrapped around that. Really good. See that? Let me just, and of course let me see if I can do the back first and actually get it to stick. Let's see. And I'm trying to get them both. Yeah. Probably not. Yeah, that's not the best idea. You know, let me, I think we can get that front one, just not this rear one, folded around. So let me get rid of that. Oh, that's a beautiful cut. Fold that, and I think, oh yeah, I messed it up. All right, no biggie. Let's get us another piece. We're just going to do this one side at a time. So about yay long. Do the inside here. All right, we got our inside. Not the prettiest, but again, once it's dry, we can trim it up. We'll the end of this video, right? So the first half is going to be doing this work, and then at the end, I'm going to cut to after this stuff is dried and trimmed up, and we'll take a look at it. So, all right, we got our piece on the inside of that. It's bugging me. No reason why it should be. I let more stuff than I should bug me. All right. And we got us a piece for the front. Put it right there. And get us a nice fresh goo. And there we go. Nice and thick. No need to be stingy with the shoe goo. All right, so we've got this one done, outside and inside. Looks kind of wonky, but we'll clean it up. We got this one, our back little corner section there, we've got done up. And we're going to wait for that to dry good before we remove that tape from the inside. And that one right there, this is the one we did first. And as you can see, I can rub across that now. And as you can see, it's kind of smoothed out. Doesn't look as lumpy as it did. That one. Now this shoe goo, what's it say on here? Does it take to dry? 24 hours is what you want for it to be like cured, but you can handle it and work with it within 2, 3, 4 hours or so. But yeah, so that is the repairing cracked lexan polycarbonate bodies, RC car bodies, via the use of drywall tape and shoe goo, reinforcement, and your epoxy, essentially. And then afterwards, you get to pick all the glue that's dried off of your fingers, and that's kind of fun. Just kind of roll it and pick at it. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Oh, don't go nowhere. We're going to cut this off, but we're going to be back with the results. See you then. All right, we got the one side of this one, our complex corner repair here. We got the one side fairly dry to where it should hold pretty good. And so now we're going to do the inside. Kind of going to do the same thing, do 2 different strips on the 2 flat-ish surfaces. So if I can find the end of my drywall tape. I'm gonna need a piece kind of like such. And maybe long and so there's my come on, piece of drywall tape rolled over, going across the break. And I'll go ahead and apply the goo. Really good. Nice thick layer of the goo. Again, we're not at all going to be stingy with the goo. right. And go ahead, where's the other? Maybe a little bit thinner. And this is going to kind of wrap around that. Just like such. And again, all right, a little dab down there. All right, I like that. Let's go ahead and get you a little look in there. So you see there's my crack, and I got the drywall tape going over it, and everything is nicely shoe gooed up. So inside and outside done on that one. So that will just be ready for a dry, and then we'll clean it up. Don't forget to put your cap back on your shoe goo. That is important. And real quick, let's take a look. So this is the one we started on, did first. This is not even an hour old, I would say, maybe 30-40 minutes, and it's pretty dry. And as you can see, that repair is going to be nice and strong. We'll trim that bottom up a little bit when it gets totally dry, and these will be good to go. So stay tuned. The final little bit is when these will be totally dry. We'll clean them up and we'll take a look. So see you on a second. All right, so this is our side repair. Now remember how I told you how this stuff smooths out? Look how smooth that right there is. See how smooth that right there is? It doesn't look bad. The good thing about shoe goo is it dries clear. So once it's dried, it almost disappears. So that right there is drying up good. We'll go to trimming it. So this right here is what we're taking a look at. Now, first of all, I kind of got it sitting on that stack of two heads there. And that is the two pieces weren't lining up, the bottom and the half, or the bottom and the top half. So I set those under there to kind of make them line up with each other, which it's lined up pretty good now. It looks kind of crappy and wonky at the moment, but I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to get the other side, and then I'll clean it all up, and I think it'll look nice when we're done. It'll hold when we're done. That's going to be the important part. All right, see y'all in a second. All right, so we have had some time, and these bodies are now fully, properly cured. I ended up doing... had a crack right there. This is an old repair. It was cracked at the rear. So that was old, and I just did the front part of that crack right there. There is our side crack that we did. And how I clean these up is, I keep forgetting I have this thing. I always use my corded one, but I forget that I have this cordless one here. I usually take a sanding drum. Now you can take an X-Acto knife and you can, kind of trim it like that if you want. But I found that quickest and easiest way to give myself a nice edge there is just take a sanding drum. There we go, got a nice, smooth, maybe not so smooth, but certainly clean. There we go. That's nice and smooth. So that's pretty much it on that one, and that is a solid repair there, right? These you can have them break back through. It takes a while, and I had made the point earlier in the video that if you have, let's say you have like a newer body, right, with it still looks really good. And you don't want to see the drywall tape, just do it on the inside and just do the shoe glue on the outside. And it's still pretty strong. And also, I wanted to make the point that if you want to make it even stronger, do 2 layers of drywall tape. Put like a 45-degree angle on it, and reinforce it some more. So there's that one. I really liked how this turned out. Let me go ahead and give this a little cleanup. All right. So, yeah, this, as you remember, was totally separated, right? 2 pieces. So did like a little corner mend there. And I tell you what, that's nice and solid right there. That's going to hold pretty good for the time being. That's an old repair. This is the only one I did on this one. For the video, I just did that one on there. So that's that one. Nice. And then now this one, remember, let me clean this up a bit. It's kind of tough to, I don't have, there's a smaller sanding drum, but I can't find mine. Where is my razor knife? Of course, I don't have my razor knife handy. But it needs a little trim up, right? Maybe up in here. Clean this up a little bit. But that right there is fine, right? I just smoothed that with the drum. But this right here was pretty much completely broken right there. And remember how I said how smooth that was going to be? See how, it's pretty smooth. And I tell you what, so I did, come on now, get the zoom. There we go. I did do this little area here. I got it on both sides, right? And I tell you what, that's together. That is pretty solid. Again, a little trim up. Little clean it up a little bit. I can't find my razor knife. But anyways, even if, I'm being a stickler about, cleaning it up and making it look nicer. But, I mean, that's fine. These bodies are pretty beat and pretty old, right? That's why I'm not super concerned about go ahead and do it on the outside. Because these are older bodies and they've already been repaired in a couple places. Did I do that? Or was that already done? No, I think I did that last night as well. But yeah, these things are nice and solidly back together again. So that is repairing what are these, lexan, polycarbonate bodies, RC bodies, the thin style, the not the hard plastic. We're not talking about the hard plastic bodies. We're talking about your standard RC car body. Repair with shoe glue and drywall tape. Makes it nice and solid. You can take it on and off without breaking it more, right? Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. All the buggies are together. I am jonesing to get out to the track. It has been a while. All three of these mofos right here are ready to run. In nice, strong, good engines. I'm speaking for the Junkyard Mutt. I think it certainly is going to be. We're going to find out. But got the Ultimate in one, an Overossi Rolling in the other. These things are ready to hit the track. And now the bodies are nice and solid for the time being. See y'all later. Have a great day.